I'm here to show you guys how to take Synergy Gel and create a design called Razzmatazz. We're going to take a combination of some really popular glitters, and I'm going to show you guys how to press it in and use a Kaleidoscope black to create an incredible design. Check it out. We are going to start off with great preparation. It is one of the variables that's actually going to set you up for incredible success when it comes to doing enhancements. We're going to begin by pushing back the cuticle area and using our arbor band at the slowest speed. It's really important for you to understand that we want to be gentle. We want to be able to tickle away the shine from the natural nail. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being thorough. What we want to be able to do is gently come around the cuticle area, working down towards the free edge. Notice how I'm coming around, tickle, tickle, touch, touch, all the way through in a very gentle fashion. This is going to remove shine from the natural nail and create a textured surface to work off of. Once we're done removing shine, we're going to take swipe and we're going to cleanse the surface of oils, contaminants, and dust, preparing it for protein bond application. Notice, it's going to turn a chalky white. We are now going to use our first coat of protein bond, and we're going to apply that from cuticle to free edge. You're going to apply it from pinky to thumb through all 10 fingers, and then come back with your second coat. Once you're done applying protein bond from cuticle to free edge, you are now ready for application. We're going to begin our application by using the base gel. Now remember, when you're applying base gel, it's all about proper pressure. And again, we don't want to use a lot of product. We're more interested in creating a solid foundation so that the enhancement bonds very well. Going to take out a gentle amount of base, and we're going to apply with firm pressure from cuticle to free edge. You're going to apply base gel on all 5 fingers, and you're going to go inside the light. And while it's setting inside the light, you're going to work on the other hand. Once you're done with the other hand, you're not going to count, you're just going to rotate and continue to work. Once the gel has set, we are now going to take our form. We're going to place the tab on the bottom. This is going to ensure stability. I'm going to use one hand to pinch. Notice that I pucker. And when I open, I'm going to hold the form here. This is going to allow me to get the form onto the finger flush to the natural nail. Notice the growth channels are going to be dead straight, not at an angle. Most important, you have to understand the pressure is going to be applied here, not through here. This is going to stabilize the form so that it's nice and straight. We're now going to take the base gel and we're going to build a thin extension. Notice when I pick up a pearl, I get a nice tail that I tap off. I am going to actually touch the free edge. Notice my brush, how I use the very front end, the very, very tip, as I bounce up to the corner and tuck it up into the side. Notice the brush, how it is pointing up towards the ceiling. This is going to allow me to bring it straight out, even with the growth channel. I'm going to now take the excess, do the same thing, bounce up into the corner, come down the side, allowing me to build a thin and flush free edge. I'm using the tip of my brush to just lightly feather it out, creating the length that is desired. Once we are doing that, I'm going to go inside the light and I'm going to set it into place. Because the gel runs, you're only going to be able to do 2 fingers at a time. So again, build on 2 in the light, work on the other hand. As soon as you are done, rotate. Once the gel has set into place, we're going to take our magic wand. I'm going to pre-pinch the free edge, and I'm going to use the bladed side to release from the form. Going to use the bladed side to release from the form. This is going to allow me to remove the form without tearing it from the tip. Notice, if you have excess gel hanging too low, there's a tip we recommend that will make it easier for you so that you don't overbuild thickness at the free edge. You can actually take a cuticle nipper, and what we can do is we can chip away just to make sure that we have a nice, even structure. Once we're done building the free edge, I'm going to come back with one more coat of base. And what this is going to ensure is enough thickness at the foundation layer so that you don't have to dig the glitter out of the free edge when they come back for the rebalance. This is going to strengthen the foundation, and it's also going to secure the tip to the body. Again, it's almost like we are pre-planning before we go into the design element. It's going to set you up for the best success. Once the product has set, again, working on hand-to-hand, you're now going to take purple from Illume 1, fuchsia from Illume 1. We're going to take Incredible Green, Crush, Sunshine, and Pinky from the Las Vegas collection. We're going to use all these glitters, and we're going to create the coolest background for our design. Take a makeup brush of your choice, and what we're going to do is we're going to use that to actually create a wonderful background. Blotch the areas that you want in order to create the dimension. I'm going through with Crush, going through with Incredible Green, I'm going through with Purple and Fuchsia. Once you have it pressed in, you could take your brush and use the body to press it nice and flat. As you can see, we have a really nice glitter background. Once we have the glitter into place, I am now going to take the base gel and we're going to secure it to the body. Be very careful. Again, this is not a heavy pressure application. What we want to be able to do is use a light application to get through the whole entire surface. Once we're done applying it to the whole surface, we're now going to go into the light and set it into place. The reason why we're using the base gel is because we are now going to go into the Kaleidoscope element, which is the black gel paint. The base gel is going to allow the Kaleidoscope to slide easily. Watch how it's done. Once the base is set, we are now going to take our Kaleidoscope gel paint and we're going to apply a really thin layer from cuticle to free edge. I have a nice, rich application. You're now going to use your Imagination Art brush, and I am going to come in and swipe diagonal lines. Once we are done swiping in our lines of choice, you're going to set it inside the light and freeze it into place. Once the Kaleidoscope has set in place, we still have to be able to build proper structure so the nail will not crack. We're now going to use build, and this time we are going to float the excess amount through the body to encase the design. Notice how I'm working with the gel on the tip of the brush, working through the design, not putting any bubbles in. All the way through, getting a nice even amount. This is going to create your nice three-dimensional effect. And again, with the amount of build that I use, what we want to be able to do is create enough support, but again, we want to be able to cure the product with client comfort. Again, it is a self-leveling product, so you're not going to be able to do multiple fingers at a time. Notice how I can actually take the tip of the brush and bounce into the areas I need, creating the right shape. If I have a lot of gel, I want to be able to freeze cure the gel in front of the light for a minimum of 30 to 40 seconds before the client goes inside the lamp. What this will do is it will slow cure and it will eliminate any kind of massive heat transfer and create a nice, comfortable cure for your client. After 30 or 40 seconds, the client's going to enter the nail. You can add to whatever low spot there is. Take a look at it before you do the full cure. But again, once you build the nail, you have to cure it inside the light for the full 2 minutes. Once the build has cured, we're going to take our swipe and remove the dispersion layer from the surface and prepare ourselves for the finishing process. I'm going to use my 150 zebra file to shape the sides, the free edge, and the lower arch. Once we have filed a perimeter, we're now going to take our safety bit and we're going to use the I-formation roadmap to file the perfect shape. Again, starting from the cuticle area, working down through the upper arch, all the way through to zone 3 of the barrel. Going to come through the C curve, making sure it's going to be nice and even from side to side. Once we are done filing through the nail, I'm now going to use my sponge buffer to smooth out any imperfections from the surface. I'm going to use my swipe to cleanse the surface of dust and contaminants, and we are going to finish it off with finished gel. Once the finished gel cures, I'm going to condition the cuticle area and the hyponychium with some rose cuticle oil. And as you can see, Razzmatazz.